Welcome to the Growth Boss podcast, where we seek out the secrets to high-performing campaigns from some of the smartest marketers in the world. I'm your host, Jared Smith. Today, I have Jacob Bank with me, and he's going to teach us how to create 100 plus AI agents that work for you. Jacob is the founder and CEO of Relay.app, a platform that helps people create easy-to-use AI agents to get more done. Before Relay, he led product at Google for tools like Gmail and Calendar. He started out as a PhD student at Stanford's AI lab, where he used AI to solve everyday problems. Now he's focused on helping businesses of all sizes make the most of AI. Jacob, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me. This will be fun. I'm embarrassed to be speaking to an audience of professional marketers because I am very much an accidental and novice marketer, but I'll tell you all I've learned along the way and hopefully it'll be useful to someone.
Absolutely. And if you can help us, automate what we're doing, that's going to be such a huge help to this audience. So I think it's really going to be great.
Some things we can, some things you should keep doing yourself. That'll be kind of the moral of the story.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to first talk about, why did you start Relay? Where was kind of the genesis of that story?
So my entire career has been at the intersection of AI and productivity tools. Originally, I was a PhD student, and my thesis project was on AI-powered digital calendars, how you can build an AI assistant that helps you spend your time on what you actually care about. For most people, that means less time in meetings and writing emails and more time doing creative work or their hobbies or sleeping. And it's funny, this was back in 2010, so it was nothing like the current level of attention on AI in productivity tools, but I ended up dropping out of my PhD to start a company with my co-advisors, and that was a digital calendar called Timeful. It was an iPhone app. This was in the relatively early days of the App Store, and it was a digital calendar app that would replace iCal for you, and it would help you schedule your tasks and events on your calendar and help you do what you cared about. We were acquired by Google in 2015. I spent 6 years at Google, where I led the product teams for Gmail, for Google Calendar, and for several of our other workspace productivity tools. Then I left Google in the summer of 2021 to start Relay.app. And so I've been basically a productivity nerd my whole life. And so when I realized that you could actually do this professionally, it was kind of a cool realization.
Yeah.
In 2021, the thing that led me to leave Google was the following observation. I had been responsible for Gmail. And when you're responsible for a tool, you as a product leader think about, what can I do with my tool? Let me make the reply button easier to press and replies easier to compose. Let me make the archive button easier to press and help users archive the right emails. You think about everything through the lens of, what can I do in my tool? But then when you talk to users, they say things like, oof, I'm really struggling managing all the signups for our webinar and making sure we follow up in a personalized way with everyone. And we'd say I don't know, good luck. You use the API, that's your problem. We just built the reply button. And so I thought there was an opportunity to build a slightly different class of software that wasn't so much a tool that you went into and pressed buttons. Of course, every piece of software is a tool with buttons, but the goal of it was to be, I hate to use the word assistant. Now I could use the word agent. But the goal was to build a software system that would do work for you and actually take things off your plate, not just give you buttons to click. And I felt that it would be hard for any of the individual tool builders, whether it's Gmail or Salesforce or HubSpot or Notion, to build that, not because they're not great people at those companies and not because those are not great products, but just when you're responsible for a tool, you think through the lens of what the tool can do. So the founding mission of Relay.app was twofold. This was before we were called Relay, but the founding mission was twofold. Number one, we want to help people get their work done, and getting their work done means working across multiple tools. And number two, AI is going to help somehow. This was a year before ChatGPT, so that wasn't so obvious at the time. I remember we would go to venture capitalists and say, now is the time for AI and productivity tools. I know you've seen the previous 3 AI winters, but now is the time. And they'd be like, AI, shouldn't you be working on a Web3 company right now? AI is never going to be useful in productivity tools. It's so funny to then see those same people a year and a half later being like, AI, I've had conviction since the beginning.
Right. Totally.
I don't knock anyone. It's their job to kind of roll with the changes of an industry. So that was the original premise. I wanted to build a system that could do actual work for people and use AI to do it. There were many twists and turns along the way, but what that eventually led to is what Relay.app is. It's an AI agent and workflow platform. And the way it works is you describe, by making a simple flowchart, a job that you want the AI to do for you. This job could be very simple, like every time a new sign up comes on our website, go find their LinkedIn profile and send it to me over Slack. Or it could be very complex, like analyze the last week's trending LinkedIn posts across all creators, topics, and industries, match that against the posts that I've written successfully in the past, come up with 5 content ideas for me to write this week, and draft them for me automatically. And so, much like many of us have worked with junior employees or interns in our careers, and much like with a junior employee or intern, sometimes you want to start them with a very precise, well-articulated task with exact instructions. And then as you gain comfort with them, and as they become more capable, you can give them bigger and bigger tasks. If the way you're approaching AI agents right now is you've never built an AI agent before, and you're going to immediately try to replace the work of one of your most senior IC marketers, you're not going to have a very good time, and you're going to be very disappointed in the technology. But if you start with a simple and manageable set of use cases and then build up your expertise over time and build up your AI agent workforce over time, you can actually end up with some really powerful stuff. And that's why I like to challenge people to think about 100 AI agents, because once you learn the techniques and once you get comfortable with the common patterns of AI agents and what AI agents are good at, the ideas will just You'll generate ideas like crazy.
Yeah. So I want to go through and help marketers, business owners kind of understand the types maybe of AI agents to start with, right? Like, again, 100 is huge.
Yeah.
I would love to get there. But for me, I'm like, what's the first one that I should be building? What do you find is kind of helpful when processing through that?
So here's where I would start. First, you want to build intuition about what AI is good at. Here are some things AI is good at. AI is very good at extracting structured information from unstructured data. It's very good at looking at the text of a competitor's pricing page and extracting their pricing plans. AI is very good at summarization. It's very good at taking the 45, 60-minute transcript of this call and putting it into a one-page set of show notes with the key bullets that people need to know. AI is very good at content writing with a caveat. We've all seen the M-dashed AI slop that's out there.
Yep.
But if you write good prompts, if you give the AI good examples of your previous writing and your style, it can write very good content. AI is very good at research, And many of us have used ChatGPT with built-in search, or we've used Perplexity, or we've used deep research. It's good at all sorts of research, from making a competitive market map to looking up a particular person or a company that you're about to meet with, or researching a competitor's strategy or campaigns. It's remarkably good at research. AI is good at analysis. You can give an AI a spreadsheet of your marketing campaigns for the last quarter, and it will do a very good job of writing a report on what went well and what didn't go well. AI is very good at synthesis. It's good at combining multiple different raw assets and deriving shared conclusions across them. For example, one of my favorite use cases is every week I give an AI agent all of my customer calls for the last week, and I ask it to synthesize insights from them. What are the features people like about our product? What are the features people don't like about our product? What competitors are being mentioned? So AI is good at synthesis. So that's a handful, that's maybe 5 or 6 things that I just listed that AI is good at. And once you have those, I literally recommend, and I have a cheat sheet slide that I can send out after this if people are interested. I literally recommend putting this cheat sheet slide on your desk and saying, like, if you ever find yourself doing one of these things, extraction, summarization, content creation, research, synthesis, analysis, or wish you had the time to do so, but don't. How many of us really have the time to pour over every single customer call every week? We can't possibly. We barely have time to do the calls, let alone to pour over them. But imagine if you had this infinite army of AI agents to do it for you really, really well. So keep that cheat sheet on your desk and know what AI is good at. That's number one. And then in each of those 6 things, I could give you 10 examples of a specific use case that I could do. And as you build that muscle, you will be able to do so too. The second thing that can be very valuable is understanding the common patterns of AI agents. Once you have the basic foundations of here are things AI is good at, you can start to compose those into common patterns of agents. So let me give you a couple of common patterns. One common pattern is every day, week, month, on some recurring cadence, go find some information in the world, analyze it, and do something with it. I'll give you 3 examples of that right now. Every week, go look at all the YouTube videos that all of my competitors have posted, automatically transcribe them, synthesize the themes, and make recommendations of audiences we should target or use cases we should hit based on what's resonating for our competitors' audiences. Every day, look at all the support issues that have been filed from our customers and write a report of what their frustrations are so that we can better address that in our proactive communication or even better in our product. Number 3, every month, look at all of our whale accounts and automatically create a status report on how that account is doing based on the meeting notes, based on the product data, and then send it out to the account executive and the TAM and the CSM that are on that account. So you'll build up this every week.
Love that.
That analysis example. Every week, look at the results of our campaigns from the last week and create a weekly status report to send out over email. And so for these analysis and synthesis use cases, you can often think like, oh man, I wish I had a daily report on my competitors' pricing or a monthly report on my competitors' pricing. I wish I had a daily report on my competitors' LinkedIn posts. That's a great pattern. Every day, week, month, find some information, analyze it, and then do something with it.
Yep.
Another really powerful pattern is when something happens in the outside world, react to it intelligently. When a new YouTube video is posted on our channel, automatically post on all of our socials to promote the video. When a competitor announces a feature, automatically create a summary of it to share to our internal product team. When a Google alert fires because some newsworthy event has happened relative to you or your industry, automatically create a summary of that report and send it over. So, and there are many sorts of triggering events that can happen in the outside world, whether it's news or content on social media, and you can build triggers or listeners, AI agents that listen to those outside world events. That's pattern number 2. Pattern number 3, when something happens in our world, do something about it. When a new user signs up on our website, when a customer converts to paid, when a customer churns, when a new product feature has been launched or announced, when a new support ticket has been filed, when a bug has been fixed, all of those are moments that you want to take some action. When a new lead signs up, you want to go research that lead and enrich them. You want to qualify them. You might want to pass them off to do the right lead routing to the right person on your team. You might want to generate a personalized invitation email to say like, hey, Garrett, like people like you have used our product for a few other things. So that's why we thought this person would be the great person on our team for you to talk to. And in any one of those important events that happens within the company, you can probably think of 5 or 6 things that you'd want to happen as a result of that. That's pattern number 3. And then pattern number 4 is preparation. When I have a podcast appearance upcoming, I should research the host and the content and the audience a little bit. When I have a sales meeting upcoming, I should look up the LinkedIn profiles so I know who's more senior in the audience and maybe something about their previous experience. When a customer renewal date is coming up, I should look up their usage in the product. When an important conference is coming up, I should create a list of people that I want to meet. And so those are basically the 4 common patterns that you need to understand. And again, for each of those patterns, you can use them for so many different things. So there's the recurring pattern, every day, week, month, find some data and process it. There's the when something happens in the outside world pattern. There's the when something happens inside our world pattern. And then there's the when something is upcoming that I need to prepare for pattern. And I think if you know what AI is good at and you have those 4 patterns in mind, the ideas will come. Can I give you an example that I
please
today? So We get the vast majority of our users through organic LinkedIn posts, mostly from me, but also from other happy users of our product who are sharing their success stories. And one of the common types of posts I make on LinkedIn is promoting a live event. Because I do these live kind of educational sessions, webinars, etc. Some of them are more like build with me, some of them are presentations, some of them are private lessons. And so last night, I posted about a webinar that we're doing tomorrow. And I have a pretty standard format where I say, here's the topic, here's why you might want to join. And then I have a little image with a poster announcing it. And I got the time wrong in the poster. I got the time right in the post, but the time wrong in the poster. And if you know LinkedIn, you can edit the text of the post, but you can't actually edit the image.
Sure.
And this thing had already gone. By the time I noticed it, someone actually pinged me about it and was like, hey, just FYI, there's like an inconsistency between the poster and the time, like which is the right one. I was like, oh no. Unfortunately, the text that would have been changeable was correct. And the poster, which was not changeable, was wrong. But it already had, many, many impressions and many comments. So I didn't want to... Sure. I didn't want to take it down, so I just wrote an edit in the comment. Sorry, I'm dumb. Like, I wrote the wrong thing in the post. I should have my AI do this in the future. And I was like, I should have my AI do this in the future. Mm-hmm. And so just this morning, I built an AI agent that whenever I have a webinar upcoming, it will automatically draft the LinkedIn promotional post based on my previous LinkedIn promotional post. It will automatically create the promotional poster based on the previous promotional poster, and it'll automatically post on LinkedIn. And I guarantee you the AI is not going to make a mistake about matching the times between the main post and the image.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I think in some cases like the one today, integration is super simple, right? I can also, and I'm speaking from experience here, I'm a busy business owner. And when I've brought up AI to employees in the past, I feel like they're, concerned about it taking their job. And in some cases, it realistically will. And so when you have a busy business owner that's like, yes, I totally want to integrate this. And you have employees that are like, this is totally going to take my job. What do you find is kind of the best solution for those types of businesses? Do you recommend, kind of jumping onto Upwork, finding somebody who specializes in AI integration? Like, what am I supposed to do?
The ability to build AI workflows and agents will be as important or more important to career success in the next 20 years as knowing Microsoft Word and Excel was for the last 30 years. This is not optional. You don't get to decide, I don't know how to use Excel and I don't know how to use Microsoft Word.
Exactly.
Or Google Docs or Google Sheets. Like, you don't get to decide, I'm not going to learn how to use email. You don't get to decide, I'm not going to learn how to use task managers. Like, there are certain foundational tools that you need to be a competent professional in any field. Yeah. And increasingly, those skills and capabilities will be how well you can harness AI. How well can you write prompts in ChatGPT? How well can you build these integrated workflows and agents that do work on your behalf? And so the way I would present it to employees is twofold. One, hey, this is going to make the business way better. And typically, I've seen less of people getting fired because of AI and more of people not needing to hire big teams because of AI. Yep. And so my guess is every business owner, every one of their leads is always asking them for more headcount. Right? Yep. Have you ever had a team that was not asking you for more headcount? Never happened in my career.
Right.
And so everyone wants to do more. Everyone's ambitious. They all want to do more. They want to get more done for the company. And so I would make two arguments to a team that's hesitant. Number one, this will enable you to do more. Trust me, it's not just hype. I've seen it for other teams. I've seen it for myself. It's not just hype. This will enable you to do more. Like, don't ask, like, this is the whole Shopify memo from Toby and stuff. Like, don't you dare ask me for more headcount until you figured out if AI can solve the problem too. And then number two is, not only is this good for our business and the thing that we're working on together, this is a critical skill for the future of your career, whatever you end up doing within this company or in whatever other company. And that turns it from this is something I'm scared of that the boss is pushing on me that I'm going to get fired, to not only is my manager helping me do a better job at my job, they're also giving me the skills that are going to allow me to thrive in like the new shape of career.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great perspective. And I can see that. resonating with our employees. You brought up hype a little bit right there. We talked about hype before, I clicked record. Obviously, there's a lot of hype right now in the world with AI. I mean, I could go do a Google search right now on pretty much any topic, and the PPC ads at the top are going to have AI in there. It doesn't matter what industry. Where are you seeing the most hype? And where are you like, hey, I don't think there's enough hype in these areas where I think people should get more hyped up?
It's so funny you mentioned that, because I think AI is more underhyped than overhyped, but with pockets of overhype. And I think it's hard for me to give a blanket answer because it really depends on where you are and where you're coming from. So I live here in San Francisco, in the AI capital of the world. And you go to a coffee shop in San Francisco and people are like, well, GPT 4.1 was a little sycophantic, so they should have done a better job tuning the EQ of it. And people are so in it that they're making these very nuanced points about different models. And, oh, this one hallucinates in this class, and this one's reasoning is not as good in this class. That's one class of debate I'm a part of.
Yep.
I also talk to our customers who are contractors and bakeries and real estate photographers and other local small businesses. And they're like, wait, AI can extract the information automatically from the PDF that Lowe's sends us about which blind the customer installed, and I don't need to go through and make the invoice manually anymore? Like, in general, I think it is way underhyped more than overhyped, where every single business, there's some use case you could be using right now that AI is really good at, and it would honestly blow your mind. There are other areas where it's overhyped. And I think the areas where it's overhyped is if you ask AI to do too much of a complex multi-step task without guidance. Like, you've probably seen these posts on LinkedIn, which are 1,000 node diagrams from N8N or Relevance or one of the products, where it's like, I built an AI agent that makes my coffee and slices my toast and does all our SEO keyword research and analyzes all of our competitors' ads and makes the new ad campaigns and brushes my teeth. And that's not going to work. Like, at least I haven't been able to make anything like that work. But if you make something targeted for a specific use case, that's like, I'm going to build an AI agent that's going to generate the top 20 Google search queries that I care most about ranking for. It's going to put those 20 queries in a spreadsheet. It's going to run those 20 queries every month. It's going to analyze the top 50 results for those, tell me where I'm ranking and where I could rank better. That'll work. That'll work. But in the same way that if you gave an intern the task of design and implement a new SEO strategy for us, they will not succeed. If you gave the intern the guidance of, here are the queries we care about, here are the patterns you should look for, they would be able to succeed. And so the overarching message I want to leave people with is, number one, it's here. It's not overhyped. It's here. You know how I know it's here? Because I'm using it. We have no marketing team. I am the marketing team. And at various times we've hired marketers, and I don't have a marketing background. At various times we've hired a content-oriented marketer, or an SEO-oriented marketer, or a social media-oriented marketer, or a partnership-oriented marketer. And every single time I found that myself, with a set of 10 pretty good AI agents, could do that function better than an external person. So it's here, it's happening. Every single person, every single business needs to care about it. There is no substitute for trying things for yourself. Do not believe what I say. Do not believe what any other influencer on LinkedIn or YouTube says. You just have to try it because your use case is going to be different. For me, my AI agent that replies to LinkedIn comments performs beautifully. But that is very specific to my situation. My LinkedIn posts are pretty much always of the form, here's an AI agent I'm toying with. Let me know if you're interested in checking it out. And people comment, interested. Or people comment, not interested. Or people comment, I have this question about it. That is a very easy thing for an AI comment agent to reply to. If they say interested, send them the thing. If they say not interested, say thanks for the feedback. If they ask a more complex question, tag in the human, tag me in to reply to that. And so AI commenting works for me. I have also seen a large number of really horrible AI comments on LinkedIn. I'm sure you've seen these too, where people post the most, I hate to use the word sycophantic again, people post the most cringy, no human would ever say this kind of stuff. Don't use it for that. So for me, in video production, I found that AI is really good at idea generation, really good at script generation, really good at generating the YouTube description, decent but not good enough at generating the audio, and not close enough to good enough at generating the video. That's what I found for our kinds of videos and my quality bar, but you might find something different. And so it's real, it's here. Some is overhyped, some is underhyped, and there are certainly people selling snake oil where they're sharing demos that have never worked for anyone. But in most cases, I give people the benefit of the doubt and I say they're sharing a demo that worked for them, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you because your situation is different.
Yeah, I love that. And just kind of to echo what Jacob said there, I was just this past week was watching the TED Talk with Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google. And his main point, I don't remember when this was in the last couple months, I think, is that AI is underhyped.
Yes.
That people do not fully understand how incredible this really is and how it is going to take over the world in a lot of ways and in a lot of good ways. So, it's the amazing thing is I do talk to people every day that are not using it. I'm just like, what are you What are you doing?
And I sympathize with those folks for many reasons. One is we're all busy. And this is why prior to AI agents, I felt like the automation market, like Zapier, Make, etc., never achieved its full potential because really busy people are too busy to automate. And yes, automation also requires technical skills that AI doesn't require, etc. But I sympathize because if you're really busy just getting through your job every day, you don't have another 10 hours per week to play around with AI tools. You got to make time for it, but I see why it's tough. And number two, it's so hard to know where to get started. Where do you start? And so that's what I see as my main personal mission is to give people educational resources that make it easy for them to get started with AI. Because once you get your first workflow working, it could be something as simple as automatically drafting a follow-up email based on, this is actually the Build With Me session I'm doing tomorrow. We're all using meeting recorders now. It is very, very easy to build an AI agent that will automatically draft a follow-up email and put it in your drafts folder. Is it going to be 100% perfect? No, of course not. It's not you. You're going to have to make it 100% perfect. But let me tell you, an email,
90%,
email that's in the draft folder that's addressed to the right person, that has 90% of the right content, that has all the right links in it, that is an amazing friction reducer for following up after meetings.
Yeah. And that's where people complain and they're like, yeah, but it's not perfect. And I'm like, no, but think about the time it would have taken you to get it 90% of the way there, which it already is. And how easy is it for you to jump in and just edit it and clean it up?
And again, imagine you hired an intern, fresh out of school intern that had never done this job before. And you gave them a task that's like, write a blog post. And then you thought their blog post was only 60% good. Would you say, fire the intern? They're too dumb. No, you would give the intern better instructions. You would help train them and teach them and coach them and give them examples. And it's exactly the same with AI. People write, and again, I don't fault anyone because we all need to learn this new skill of prompting and giving the AI instructions. But if you write a one-sentence prompt that's like, write a great blog post on growth, and it comes up with something generic, like, what do you expect it to come up with if you just wrote a one-sentence generic prompt?
Completely. Jacob, how many AI agents do you have for yourself in your business and in personal life?
Almost none in my personal life. And I can talk about why I think that is. I have a few, like, for managing receipts and bills and a few things, but most of my personal life is non-digital. Like, an AI agent is not brushing my kids' teeth before bed. So I personally have actually not had I have not felt the impact of AI agents in my personal life very much. At work, I think like 250 right now. A lot. Because we're a 9-person team. The other 8 people on the team are product engineering and design. So I'm responsible for marketing, customer support, customer success, sales, HR, finance, operations, recruiting. And the only way I'm able to do all 9 of those functions by myself is I have a set of AI agents in each one. And I'm happy to walk through an example of like the specific AI agents I have in one area.
Yeah, I think we may not have time for all of that. But if you want to share like your top 2 that you feel like, okay, these are game changers for me, I would definitely want to hear those.
Let me share my top two, or my top one, but it has a couple components. The vast majority of our leads come from organic LinkedIn posts. And in the last 6 months, I've gone from like 5,000 followers to 47,000 followers on LinkedIn.
Wow.
And I've gone from about 100,000 impressions a year to like 15 million impressions a year on run rate.
Yeah.
I had a post over the weekend that had 16,000 comments on it.
Wow.
I'm not good at social media, but I have these 3 agents that help me. Here are the 3 agents that do it. Number 1 is the content researcher. What it does is every week it looks at topics that are trending on social media, both on LinkedIn and on Twitter and on other networks. It looks at newsworthy events that have happened, and it also combines those with what I've posted about successfully in the past, because I'm not going to be the person to post about tariffs. What do I know about tariffs? But like, if there are things relevant to AI or AI agents, I've posted successfully about those in the past. So the content researcher gives me ideas. Then I have a content drafter that takes the top 5 ideas of those and drafts a post in my voice. The way it does it in my voice is I give it my 10 previous posts, and I say, hey, based on this content idea and based on my previous post, like, give me the best draft that you can. Then I have a human in the loop, that's me, where I look at those 5 drafts and I think, oh yeah, these are the 3 that I want to post this week, and now let me actually, massage them and write them as I would want them. I then also have to create the image and the GIF myself, because I haven't found a great tool for doing that. Then I post them. Then I have my other AI agent that tracks the engagement on the posts and automatically replies to the comments. And so I had a post, I mentioned this post this weekend that had 16,000 comments, which is the most I've ever had, like, by far. The idea was originally generated by my AI content researcher.
Amazing.
I wrote the post myself. I had a designer on our team help us with the GIF. And now to reply to 16,000 comments manually, it's literally not possible in the LinkedIn UI. You can't even scroll, the page will freeze, but my AI comment reply agent will be able to reply to all those in a few days. And the only reason it'll be a few days, not instantly, is because, like, it's rate limited by how many it can do, in a minute.
Yeah, for real. So why didn't your AI agent write that post instead of you? Is it something it literally could not have done?
I used a slightly different format than I had used in previous posts. The idea that it generated was, here's my org chart of AI marketing agents. And the post that it had written was more like my previous post, which was like, here's how the content marketing agent works. Here's how this agent works. Here's how that agent works. And it just got too long. And I was like, that's too long. That's not right for this. And I ended up writing something much pithier, which is just, our whole marketing team is me and a team of 40 AI agents. Here's an image. I thought that in this case, the simpler post with less text was going to perform better. Could I have asked my AI agent to try again and write it? I could have. Said, hey, write a hook more like this and make it shorter. It was just faster for me to do it. Like, it was a 3-sentence post. It took me 5 minutes to write.
Okay. Now, one of the things that you said multiple times in this recording is that you've kind of compared AI agents to lower level employees, interns, things of that nature. Jacob, how close are we for you to say, yeah, that mid-level person you have, it's coming after their job, or at least greatly simplifying?
Hot take.
Okay.
All levels of seniority are going to be equally impacted.
Yeah.
So I used to give people the mental model of, think of your AI like an intern. Think of it as the task an intern would do. But I realized that was actually the wrong mental model, because these large language models, are spiky in their intelligence. Some tasks that we think are simple for an intern, an AI will struggle with, like famously count the number of R's in strawberry. Some tasks, like create a detailed competitive analysis on this space, the AI will outperform a typical senior marketer.
Totally.
By far.
100%. Yep.
And so I don't think it's so much a question of junior employees are going to get replaced, or mid-level employees are going to get replaced, or senior level employees are going to get replaced. All of us are going to have fundamentally different jobs in the future. Yep. And the way I think everyone's job is going to look like my job right now, where I consider myself a super IC, in the sense that in all of these functions where I have AI agents, I don't have anyone reporting to me. And a lot of my job is IC work. I am writing LinkedIn posts. I am responding to customer support emails. I am running payroll. But in each of those, I have a team of AI agents that I've kind of coordinated to help me. And so I'm not one of these doom and gloom people that's like, junior people will never be able to find a job. I think there will always be meaningful work for people to do. We will just all need to be using these tools to be able to do that meaningful work.
I love that. I think that's a perfect note to end on there. Jacob, what's the best way for people to connect with you? I would imagine
LinkedIn. Yeah. So please, I'm a little busy right now on LinkedIn, but please do connect with me. The other thing is
chat with your AI agents on LinkedIn, see what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah, if you write a post that's not just interested, you will get a reply from me. Like the AI agent will say, hey, this person deserves a personal reply. The other thing I'd really recommend, if you're wondering where to start, I host a live session every Wednesday. It's 1 hour. You can make 1 hour of time on a Wednesday. We will build an AI agent together. I will totally demystify the process for you. You will end the session with something that actually works. There's one tomorrow. I don't know when this recording is going to come out, but there's one tomorrow. There's one every Wednesday. You can go to https://events.relay.app. They're all listed there. And just come join me, build an agent, stop philosophizing, stop worrying about whether AI is going to take your job, stop worrying about where in the value chain will AI provide the most benefit, which roles are most at risk. Just start building some AI agents yourself, become an expert, and you're going to be great.
Yeah, I love it. And that is so true. Like literally, you just have to dive in. Like just dive in, start playing with it. You're going to be amazed. And like literally, I've been using it nonstop for 6-8 months now. And every day it feels like I learn a new, way or reason to use AI. So yeah, just got to dive in.
Totally. And some people, I was never the kind of person who was good at exploring on my own. It just was never my personality. I was always a main project kind of person. And so if you need that more structured environment, I'm trying to provide educational resources that are going to be helpful for you.
Love it. Jacob, thank you so much again.
Great chatting. Thank you so much for having me, and keep me posted.
Will do.